So there was a section on 95. I don't know if you're familiar. There's a heartbeats,
bro.
Bro, listen.
A lot of artists out there, and they know when they have something special.
For sure.
But a hit, the people got to call it the hit. You know
exactly.
what I mean? And I used to want to be a singer before I was rapping. You almost got to sing and rap and be able to do both. But back then, it was like, nah, man.
Nah.
You a singer? Come on.
Yeah.
And even with him, man, he was so fly for the NB Rydaz.
Oh, man.
That was me. A lot of people.
Wait, what?
Wow.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Look so fly, so cool. Baby girl, can I talk to you? I'm only in town for one night.
Yo,
let me know if
that
you
was
got
you.
to ride. Yeah,
I thought I told you this is my world, baby.
Yo, welcome to Mazi's World. I'm Mazi, by the way. Thank y'all for tuning in to the show. And a lot of y'all have been watching our content but haven't hit the subscribe button, according to Skrillz. So we need to get those subs up. It's free. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any episodes in the future. Thank y'all for tuning in advance. And now, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, party people, in the place to be, it's your boy Mazi. I'm back with another episode 141?
142.
142, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We lose count, man. It's a good thing.
Yeah, facts, for sure. Skrillz, what's going on, fam?
And chilling, bro.
Yeah?
Shop's gonna hold it down as usual, and I'm excited, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited, bro. Hey, we'll get to it, but I'm excited.
Man, listen, when you talk about childhood heroes, you know what I'm saying? Where
Come on, man. I swear I was this guy, bro. You feel me?
Talking about curating the soundtrack through our life growing up, you know what I mean?
Listen, bro, I was out here fucking singing my ass off. Well, trying to.
trying to hit the notes and kick the rhymes like our special guest to the right. You know what I mean? Out of Dallas, one of the when you talk about hip hop staples when it came to just us growing up listening to the radio. You know what I mean? Like I remember the first time I heard this man was in middle school, and when 98.5 The Beat first kicked off, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? This guy to my right was definitely one of the more legendary artists that was like the first on the air to where I was like, who is this guy?
Right. Because he wasn't a big artist in the sense of like the shit we were seeing on MTV and all that.
BET,
It
correct,
was just
correct.
a fire record.
Just fire records. And it was just like, yo, who is this guy?
Right.
And we finally got him to land on Mazi's World today. Ladies and gentlemen, BIg Gemini is in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up, my brother? How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good. Appreciate you having me, bro.
Man, thank you for taking time out your busy schedule to come kick it up
too,
with us.
man. Thank you, my brother. Thank
Absolutely,
you.
bro.
Yes.
Thank you for taking the time.
It's a long time coming, right? We've been trying to coordinate this
Man,
for a minute.
for a minute, and then we finally made it happen.
Glad we
And
made it
then, oh man, I'm just glad we're having this conversation now.
Awesome, man.
So
Pleasure to be here, man.
for sure. So let's talk about the history of BIg Gemini, man. Let's get started at the beginning, man. So who is BIg Gemini?
BIg Gemini, man, is a singer-songwriter out of, I would say even sing. I said singer, but
Talk to him.
man,
Nah,
just
come
an
on.
artist, man. At the end
Come
of the
on.
day,
Yeah.
I'm just an artist, bro, out of Dallas, Texas, man.
For
Living
sure.
in Grand Prairie, Texas, now in Arlington, Texas.
Hold on, let me get you right. Let me get you right.
Yeah.
Let me get you right.
Get them familiar, bro.
Come on. Where the Mavericks is from. I don't really fuck with that line being from San Antonio. But
Hey, when I heard the Lloyd Banks spit it,
Yeah.
that's a Lloyd Banks sample,
Right.
and I heard it, and I was like, we're gonna use that shit. I
Yeah.
already know we were gonna use it, and I got with my man's Symes Carter. Shout out my boy Nasty, and out of Denver, Colorado, and man, we laced that shit up, and that shit came classic, bro.
Yeah, nah, facts. And speaking of linking up with people, you kind of really had ties to San Antonio for a while between you and Ace One.
Ace One, shout out my brother Ace One, man. Ace
Yeah.
One. Yeah. So I used to live here. So before,
Okay.
man, to go all the way back, the way me and Ace One, we had met in Dallas, and I didn't know who he was because Ace One used to have a group as well. So back in Dallas, there was a producer named Norbiega. Shout out my boy Manipulator out
Yeah.
of Dallas, Texas. So he did a compilation called Lace Worldwide. And Ace One had a music group called Latin Swing, and they featured one of their songs on their compilation. So it was just a compilation of a bunch of artists. And I actually saw Ace One standing outside of a studio. I remember because they used to dress with these white jumpsuits, and I remember them having the goggles on to the side. And I was like, dude, all these dudes with the goggles.
oh yeah, we talking 90s, right?
Yeah,
For
it was-
sure.
Hey, they had them on. So I was like, man, who are these dudes?
Yeah.
But that was my brief interaction with Ace One, and it wasn't until years later to where we had booked a show. Me and my group. I was with a group back home in Dallas called South Coast Syndicate. Shout out my brother South Coast, man, SCS. So you know, we first started doing our roots in Dallas, and we got a show booked in Austin, and they brought us down. And long story short, they couldn't make the show. I was there in Austin, and I didn't wind up doing the show. They broke down. They had the show CD. They didn't get to make it to Austin.
Dang.
Luckily, one of my boys was in Dallas, and he's like, yo, I can get you back to Dallas, but you got to ride with me to San Antonio. And I'm going to go link up with some people out there, and we'll get back to Dallas maybe Monday.
For sure.
Like, man, let's roll. So I went, and we met with some dudes in San Antonio, and they were running the club scene. And next thing you know, we wind up after 2-3 o'clock in the morning, we wind up at a studio. And the main producer there working was Ace One. That's where I met him, and he was just doing nothing but dance music really at the time. And we just had a connection, man. And I told him, I was like, man, you ever done a rap album, a hip hop album? He's like, man, I've dabbled with it, but it primarily just did dance music.
Yeah.
He's like, I said, man, I'd love for you to do my project. Let's start. You know, I'm hungry. I'm starving artist. Literally was a starving artist. I didn't have a dime to my name back then, you know? Mm-hmm. And we took a chance and we made some history together, man. And he's still my brother, but still I've worked with so many producers and some really cold ones and talented ones, but it's just something about the synergy that me and Ace One have. Yeah. You know? So we make classic and we make some hits together.
So that chemistry, I heard, hit the line.
I hear there's rumors on the internet.
So I heard that you had a chance to, like, I may be jumping ahead here, but you had a chance to work with either Timberland or kind of bigger artists, and ultimately you were just like, yo, I got to stick with my mans.
It was actually my third album. So what had happened, like, we did, on my first album, that's when we came out with the y'all don't know who you made.
That's what we heard on the radio.
On the radio, when that came out, I was like, who is this guy?
Listen, to this day, I throw that shit on. It just sets the mood, bro.
Young and full of aggression. That's what that was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hungry, young, full of aggression.
Yeah.
And we actually made that song in Dallas, and it was a remake. And when I spit it to Ace One, that was one of the first songs that I spit to him, and he was like, let me make that.
Yeah.
Let's make it. And that's when we started creating the 616, the Genesis, the first album.
Yeah.
So the second album was The Product of Pain, and that's the one that featured MC Magic. That's the one that had a real hit record. The anthem was more regional, just Texas, stretched out to a little bit of Oklahoma. It was more underground, regional in Texas.
Yeah.
But even though San Antonio ate it up on the airwaves.
Come on, man.
They came 98.5. They took that shit.
They showed
and ran.
you love, bro.
Yeah,
they showed you love.
Houston took it and ran. It was all of Texas. Back home in Dallas, they took it and ran. You know? And that's what really put my foot down and let them know, hey, somebody's coming.
For sure.
So then the second album comes around, The Product of Pain, and that's when we have the hit single with MC Magic.
Right.
Crazy for You. I had to make one for the ladies, and that was the last song that we did on the album.
What?
Yeah, we can get to that.
Yeah, let's talk about it, because like when you talk about that record, like, so there was a section on 95. I don't know if you're familiar. There's a Heartbeats,
bro.
Bro, listen. Every night, every night, that song came on there. But right before I went to bed, I'm sitting there with Shorty on the phone, like,
that's the one, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, that was the last song on the album, and it was my manager at the time used to road manager for the NB Rydaz. So that was the connection with Magic and the NB Rydaz.
Nice.
And he was like, man, shout out my boy Big Hev, man. And Hev was like, yo, we need a record, man. We need a record with you and Magic. We got some solid records, but you ain't got a single. It was not that I think. And I was like, man, I think we got some singles on there, but you know, I'm gonna follow the lead on this one, right?
For sure.
So we take off to Tucson. We're doing a show in Tucson. If I remember correctly, MC Magic, maybe I think it's the NB Rydaz, MC Magic, JT of In Too Deep.
Oh man!
Back to the hotel.
Wow! Yeah.
Kid Frost, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And of course, I was on there and we did. Man, it was amazing. I remember JT was like, "Yo, we got to get in the studio. I got some studio time tomorrow. I got some studio time booked with Magic. Let's go do a record."
Yeah.
So we went and did a record called Baby Girl with Magic. And we stayed an extra day. And Magic was like, man, I really want to get a record in with you. So I was like, let's do one. Let's
Yeah,
make one.
for sure.
And that's when Crazy For You came out. We stayed an extra day and we went through records. And then once
Yeah.
you finally heard the Crazy For You record, it spoke to me.
Mm.
And we laced it up and we made a legendary classic record.
So
right there.
I'm sure when y'all wrapped up that record, I'm sure the whole room was like, "This is the one."
It was just 3 of us in there. It was just me, Hev, and Magic. Matter of fact, it might have just been me and Magic if I remember correctly, just in the studio. But we knew we had something magic there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still a special record. It's timeless.
It's timeless. It's a timeless
It's a
record.
timeless record.
I mean, you're on. Are you still on tour, or the Crazy For You tour, or is that something that?
I mean, you can call it that. We still
Because I thought I saw
still
some.
on the road and we
I
still
thought I
get
saw
checks.
some merch, man. It's just that kind of record, bro.
It's just a Crazy For You shirt. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we did a whole merchandise just based off. Man, it just sticks out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The women still love it. It's a classic record.
Yes.
But going back to that was my second album, and then going back to what you had said about working with other producers.
Yeah.
So shout out my people, man. My brothers, Big Gun Records back in Dallas. That's who I did the History and the Making album with, and they had did my brother Blast's album, and that Young Blast had Scarface, Bun B. I mean, Akon. He had a hit single with Akon. You know what I mean? Playing Skills. Like, they had some big name artists on here. Collie Park, you know?
Yeah.
So, I'm sitting down with my boy Jay, and he's like, man, what you want? You want Timberland? You want...
Ooh, the checkbook was open.
you want Jimmy Iovine? Oh,
Yeah.
no, not Jimmy. Who's Irv Gotti
Irv
at
Gotti?
the time? He's like, man, who do you want? He like, you name it. And I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go post up in San Antonio for about 2 months, 2 months, and just I'm gonna go to work. And I was like, we don't need that right now. We don't need it. And he's like, what? And I'm saying, I'm telling you, we don't need it. You know, when you have a producer or somebody that you just create really timeless, and it's not even timeless. It's not. Sometimes you don't even know they're timeless records.
Right.
But when you have that chemistry and you're able to work with somebody, something magical happens in that process. So I knew going to San Antonio and putting in some work with Ace One, we were gonna come out with some magic, and we did. You know, we still make magic to this day. Matter of fact, when I leave here, I'm gonna go make some more magic. That's what it is.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Yeah,
because that's another record, that Hypnotized record.
Yep.
Another Heartbeats classic that y'all just
made off of Parent Vital, bro. I'm telling you, straight up. Like, Question made a comment, but I told him, man, some classics were made off of Parent Vital. You know what I mean? And funny thing about that song, we were wrapping up for the night, and
another late night.
It was about 3:45, about maybe almost 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I remember a friend of mine, he's outside smoking a cigarette, and I think I was out there with him too. And then Ace One was just going through some sounds, and then I just heard and
he just strung it
I was
together.
Like, hey, what is that?
Right.
What is that? You know? And we just started building from there. And next thing you know, man, we had the hook, the verses, everything. We just could not stop listening to it. And I remember we drove back to his place, and we sat in the car listening to it till about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Sheesh.
And I was like, bro, something is here. And even when it was just me and him, I was like, it's something. So I take it back to Dallas. After I have those songs, I've been working with Alex for about a month or two, and I come with records back, and I show my people back in Dallas, and we're all in the studio. They're like, all right, they're listening. They're like, damn, that shit goes hard. This one goes hard. This one goes hard. And I saved Hypnotized for the last one. And I played it, and everybody was with their heads down. They were like, what the fuck? They're like, whoa. You know what I mean? It's like, you have something special. Not as artists, there's a lot of artists out there, and they know when they have something special.
For sure.
But a hit, I mean, the people got to call it the hit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I can say, man, I got tons of hits, but the people are the ones that are really going to put that stamp on it. So I knew we had something special. We just had to let it out to the world and let them hear it. And that was a challenge within itself, just getting it out independently. Because back then, when we were pushing, you would see, Interscope. You would see Universal. You would see all the major labels, and then you would see Big Gun Records. There was an independent on getting some real deal spins, and they were like, it took some work, man. But we got it to where it needed to be. And I remember getting a call. We were starting little fires across the country, and some radio stations would go on it. Some would not, they would keep going on, and some would fall off, and another one would come in. I'm like, damn, we just need one to really spark it. And I remember I was staying at Ace One's house, and I get a call around 7:30 in the morning. It was early.
Yeah.
My boy Robbie Rob hits me up.
Shout out Robbie Rob.
Shout out Robbie Rob.
Yeah.
Hit me direct, and I still remember this. He's like, that Hypnotized record, because San Antonio started playing it overnights. That's when they test records, right? That's when they test them out.
Right.
We started getting so much response. They put on the heartbeats. They started getting so many calls. Hey, what's that record? What's that record? Robbie Rob hits me. He's like, yo, we finna power your record. Like, that's probably like 98 to 100 spins a week.
Yeah.
That's when it's a rotation. That's when it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when one station goes and starts that fire and turns it into a big fire, it spreads.
Right.
And San Antonio is the one that made it spread, bro.
That's hard.
You know what I mean?
And
we made it here.
And that's the crazy part about it, is the fact that it was homegrown here. Mm-hmm. And like you said, I remember hearing it on Heartbeats, and I'm like, there go Gemini again with another one, Skrillz, right? Yeah. And then I hear it again, and I'm like, oh wait, the sun's still out. You know what I'm saying? So it's in heavy rotation now. Now you're in prime time spins and that type of rotation, and I was like, nah, Gemini is like really heat.
That was a blessing, man.
Yeah.
To really have that and to have something memorable. And what's even more amazing, man, is and I've talked about this before, is when we can be in the studio creating, and it could just be me and Ace One, it could be me and whoever, it could be, just two people in there.
For sure.
But when years later and years pass and that record grows legs and it takes off running and turns into what it is, when you start hearing thousands singing it back to you,
right?
When it was just 2 people, 3 people in the
studio just jamming,
and then you hear everybody else singing it, man.
It's a different feeling, huh?
It's a different feeling. And if an artist has never felt that, man, keep pushing, because, hey, one day, man, you might have that one. And they say it just takes one, man. That's all it takes is just one.
Yeah.
But it's easy to get there, but it's harder to stay there. You know what I mean? So you got to stay on top of it. There's systems you got to put in place behind that. So either way, man, I've had a blessed career. We're still going, and man, it's just, I'm happy to be back in San Antonio. We got a big show tomorrow. So
March 14th. Yes, sir.
March 14th, so it's good, man.
And it's crazy, like you were saying, when it comes to create that, that creation, those studio sessions, you're not going in trying to create a hit. You know what I mean?
That's where people can get it messed up. And
right.
Even I've done that before. When you have success of a big record, you're like, man, I got to go do another one. We need another hit record. But you lose that passion doing
and trying to force a situation.
It's forced. Yeah. It's like doing something forced, like even for money. Like if you're just doing it, like it's like working a job that you start to hate.
Exactly.
You just have to be there. But
right.
You just got to let it come organically, man, and let them come out.
Yeah. And then you and Ace One, y'all undefeated out here. I just know that. It seems like that's for a fact.
Well,
you know
man,
what I mean?
and the fans have been calling. They're like, man, because it's been a while, right? They're like, where's the Gemini record? There's still fans out here.
Yeah.
People hitting me up, man, you still making these top 10 lists, and I mean, you ain't dropped nothing. What the hell? You must have bots playing your music. Bro, I promise, I ain't got no bots. I ain't paying nobody to do that, It's organic. So whoever wants to listen, I appreciate it, and it's all love. But, we made a commitment, and I think we're going to hit them with another project. So it's like it's not that we ain't been working. It's just timing,
Exactly.
Sometimes you just got to. And here's the thing. I know I got records, but it serves me no purpose. Just being me, able to listen to them in a hard drive. I got to let the world hear it too,
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Because what may be old to you is new to everybody else.
Hypnotized, before we even released it, sat for 2 years.
Yes, I was just about to say that, because y'all sat on that record for 2 years, right?
2 years, yep. It was about a year and a half, 2 years to work on that History in the Making project. And we tried to push other singles, and then we were going with a song called Stack a Million.
Yeah.
And then finally I was like, you know what? Release it. Let's just start pushing. This is the one. Like, this is the one that everybody's saying. Let's start working it. So it took about 2 years, man.
So I did want to ask really quick, correct me if I'm wrong, but you kind of were not against, but you weren't really feeling the chick records, right, at the time. At least going back to Crazy for You, you weren't really trying to rock like that.
Well, if you got to hear, you're right. Like the anthem back then,
right?
Wanted to be aggressive, wanted to be hard, and
rock the clubs.
You want to do all that, right?
Sure.
But that's cool, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, but I also realized, like, man, the ladies love the music too. They love the songs, and if you can cater to the women and the ladies, and then they love your stuff.
They could be your bigger
shows.
They could be your bigger supporters.
Absolutely.
They
the men are
pull to
going to
the
come because the women are there.
Exactly.
And you still got to have a little bit of hardness. So you got to still say something.
Yeah.
And the fellas are going to feel it too. You
Right.
know? So on Hypnotized, that's probably what it was. Let's come out with something a little harder, a little edgier, and then we can hit them with the girl record. We already knew we were locked and loaded with the girl record, but the hard one, it was timing, man.
Yeah.
They were ready for that Hypnotized feel. So that's what we ran with, and that's the one that came with it.
Nah, for sure. Because the Hypnotized record, like, I think you cater to both sides. You know, like you said, you got something that you're talking to the ladies at the same time, but then that's something for the fellas to kind of like set the mood to be
Man,
like,
the whole backstory. I mean, really, it's just about a dude. Sometimes people are like, man, are these songs personal? Are they about you? Is it about a time where you experience something? But it's all about life, and life can be anything, right? So that song in particular is about a dude in a strip club, and he's just looking at a chick on stage. Baby, I can't keep my eyes off you. That's what the whole song. I got a thing for them 5152s walking right past me in stiletto shoes.
Hold up.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's all it is. It's a dude in a strip club, and he just saw something, and he got mesmerized and hypnotized.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, I mean, I never really thought about it that way, but now I was that dude.
Hey.
So when that shit came on, bro, and I've been in clubs. Yeah, respectfully, I love you, baby, if she's watching.
Yeah.
But this is old times.
Right,
but
right.
I've been in there, man. It's just like, that record is such a feel-good record that, like, both male, female, separately, together, they jamming.
It's jamming.
Yeah, man.
And I think that in itself is special. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some people to this day, and I think maybe now more people know, but when I say at the beginning, Gemini, Ace One, they believe that Ace One is the one singing, but it's actually me singing the hook and doing the rapping.
Bro, I thought it was someone else till literally like a few days ago when I think I came across an old interview of yours.
Yeah.
Where you said that was you.
Yeah.
I had a sneaky suspicion because I didn't see featuring anybody.
Right.
But I was like, yo, it's such a contrast, bro. Like your voice.
I know the singing thing goes higher, and then when I do it goes the way.
So where's that come from, man? Like, is there?
Man, I used to want to be a singer before I was rapping, so that's why I can do the melodic stuff. So I put the singing in there, and I can sing. I can do the singy songs all day.
Sure.
And back in the day, I used to do it even on my first album. But when I first started coming out, you had to have that edge. Nobody wanted to hear like now.
You can get away with the melodic stuff now.
Well, that's what you got to be able to do. It's like you almost got to sing and rap and be able to do both. But back then, it was like, nah, man. You a singer? Come on, bro. But I wanted to sing. But really, who gives a shit? Like, if you're talented, who gives a fuck, man? Because at the end of the day, you got to be able to show all your talents that you have.
For sure.
And don't hide them. You know what I mean? You can't hide that shit. You got to let it out.
Yeah.
So... yeah, that's where it was, and even with him, man, even So Fly for the NB Rydaz.
Oh man,
that was me. A lot of people don't even know it's me, and they're like, "Why is he performing?"
Wait, what?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that was me. You look so fly, so cool, baby girl. Can I talk to you? I'm only in town for one night. Let me know if
that
you
was
got
you.
to ride. Yeah,
Wow.
But see,
Wow.
they didn't know. Like, a lot of people didn't know that was me.
Yeah.
Even on my first album, there was songs on there, and they'd be like, "Man, who's that singer on there?" I'll be like, "Oh man, that's my boy named Twin, bro. That's Twin." Because it was a higher pitch. You just didn't want to hide that shit, But now it's like, man, show all that shit. So
Absolutely.
don't ever hide that shit. Let that shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let it be known.
A man of many talents, y'all.
Hey, man.
I literally have recorded some tracks to people, and I'll do the rapping, and then I'll do a bridge, and then I'll do something else where artists will be like, "Hey, man, that fucking bridge is dope. Who is that?" And they'll be like, "Man, that's Jim. That's Jim." And they're like, "What the fuck?" They're like, "This dude has like 1,000 voices." You know what I mean? So it's like,
Hey, bro, your name,
like a man, 1,000 voices.
Listen,
bro.
your name is legit, bro. Because if those don't, Gemini is twins.
Two sides, bro.
Two
Right,
sides.
That was a
sides.
big reason for the name. It's two sides. It's the singy, the rappy, the whatever you want to call it, right? The good, the bad, but there's the two sides for the Gemini. So
That's hard.
Yeah. So that has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah.
But man, and I didn't even want even the So Fly record. That was another one at the time. It was like, I don't. Here's for a singer to really sing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then they put it with Gemini. I was on tour with Baby Bash and Frankie J. When I got the record in the hand, they're like, man, they're pushing it. And I was like, oh, it's me on there? And I was like, that shit sounds was hard. Though.
Yeah, because like,
and it took off. That's a smash.
I have so many questions now because it's like when you're an artist of your talent, right? You have to have so many records that you have created, like the foundation, whether like you said of having verses and then having hooks that you sing and the bridges and things like that. How many records have you really just like you had them, but you were like, you know what, this artist may sound better, and you were willing to just ship that song off to said artist?
Man, there's some that I have right now that need to go to certain artists because they're me singing them.
Right.
But it's like, it's for another artist.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I've recorded certain songs that even put my name on it, and maybe some of the fans, they didn't get it because they're used to Crazy For You. They're used to a Hypnotized. They're not ready for a singy song that has no raps totally whatsoever.
Yeah.
And they're like over their head. And they're like, man, this motherfucker lost it.
Gotcha.
They don't see it, you know? But it's okay. Because it's not for them. It's for somebody else that'll get it, you know?
Especially, you being a creative, that's just you creating your art.
You just got to create, bro.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes if I wanted to keep sounding like that, it would sound stagnant. And it wouldn't progress, you know?
Exactly.
You can hear certain artists, and nothing against them, but sometimes they just sound like they did when they came out 10, 15 years ago. And they never get past that. But for me, I feel like fine wine. It just ages, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just aging, and I still feel that it's relevant. If we could play music, you could just hear it, you know? But I won't talk about it. We'll just put it out and we'll see what everybody else says.
Right. Because I mean, like you said, as artists, we're supposed to grow.
Yeah.
When you come out as, one sound, you do your thing with the first album. The next album is supposed to be different. You know what I mean? And that's how you grow as an artist, to be like, and that's why certain artists or certain projects, get talked about certain ways. Like, I saw the growth on Project 3 from History in the Making versus the first album. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that's supposed to be a talking piece.
And then life happens.
Exactly.
And sometimes, there's artists that can drop. And that's the game that we're in right now. To stay relevant and consistent. Man, I get it, But sometimes life can happen and it just slows me up. And sometimes I need life to happen in order to create and put shit back into it.
Correct.
So sometimes you got to go through it to be able to put it out there.
Exactly.
Whether it be kids, getting married, you grow, man. Talking about investments. I'm not talking about the shit that I used to talk about when I was like 18, 17. Right. It's different. My perspective in life has changed, so it's different. And now my fan base has grown as well. So they see life different. So maybe they're going to get some of this new shit that I'm on. Exactly. But then you get some people that are in a different mindset, these youngsters. Hey, they're going to be like, man, I never heard of this dude. They're going to go back in my catalog and be like, man, I'm feeling this shit.
Right.
So, yeah, man.
But then to your point, you make records like that are literally timeless, man. And it's not just because you're here, but these are records that, my son at some point is going to be able to hear and resonate because it's so universal, bro.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's amazing too. Even at our shows, man, there's people, they could be the mothers and they're there with their kids. And then, it's different generations coming to our concerts now. So the shows, and they're still there. So, and we're still busy. I would say we're busier now than we were. Shit, it's crazy how it just ramped back up, man. Yeah. But it's amazing. It's a blessing to still be able to do what it do.
Yeah, for sure. Because I also think, I think it's a gift and a curse with the streaming era. It's the fact that the access is so easy to pull stuff now.
It's there.
But my daughter, she's 18, and she's hearing Gemini for the first time. It's cool. Because of wifey and everything like that. Because obviously that she grew up on that, and she'll hear certain records. And like the Crazy For You record. And she's like, yo, this song is really good. So now she's singing it like that now. That's so like dope. You're saying, when it comes to the different age, the different generations of
my son. My son, bro. It's a trip, right? When we do what we do, but then like my kids, they just see me as dad, right?
Right, of course.
But they know what I do. My daughter she's 8 years old, has still never seen one of my shows.
Oh man, yeah.
Even though I want to, and she wants to go on stage and do her own thing. She's talented too.
Yeah.
But my son, 17 years old, still will go back and listen to songs in my catalog, and he's like, yo, what the fuck? He's like, this shit's crazy. He's like, it's crazy. But it's new to him because he didn't even know that. He's like, why don't you do some stuff like this or put this in your show? And I was like, oh man, But it's cool to see it. So when somebody sees it and hears it for the first time, man, that's a blessing too.
It's dope.
And then it becomes timeless, man.
And that's proof of timeless. That is timeless. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Seeing the amount of years from 20 plus years from these records that you've created, and it still stands the test of time. Like that's amazing.
And it'll still be here when I leave.
Exactly.
That's the trip.
Yeah.
Where do you land on that? Where do you feel a way if someone says your music from back then? I used to listen to you back then.
No, I'm proud of it. I mean, I get that. There's certain artists that I come across and they're like, man, you went hard back in the day. You know, back in the day you went hard. You
Right.
know? And I'm still on stage with you guys. I'm still doing it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's cool because I take it's a compliment. You know,
Sure.
You love the music back then. I used to go hard back in the day. You just haven't heard what I'm up to lately.
Right.
You know? And that's okay. Because we'll give them a chance to listen to it shortly.
Just like the record with Frankie J.
Shout out Smooth Vega too.
Shout out Smooth. What's going on, Smooth?
Hey, this shit is. That's a feel good
Another
record.
feel good record, man.
I can only play so much because YouTube be on some hoe shit.
Facts.
Even though the artist is fucking right here.
Right here, and he'll
Hold
give
on.
us permission.
Hold on, I gotta
you know
play
what I mean?
this.
Cloud 9, I ain't never coming down. Keeping eyes on the Judas, cause them snakes come round.
Facts.
Right, come on.
Come on. Y'all ain't getting that.
Yeah, man. Go check it out. Upgrade. Frankie J, BIg Gemini, man. We hitting the city soon. Coming near, man. I'm telling y'all.
Talk about how that record came about.
Well, man, me and Frankie, man, we've been tight since for a minute, bro. Too.
Yeah.
Going all the way back to his first album, you know, since he was, you know, we did 2 records on his first album.
Was it Just the Way? That's the joint?
Just the way, and there was another one that we did too. I went to San Diego and we did those. But I started with even going on the road with him on certain shows. So
Yeah.
we just got tight, right? And throughout the years, we did those 2 records, and then Crazy View started taking off, and then his song started taking off, Bash, and we just all went on tour together.
Yeah.
So we just built that brotherhood. And when you go on tour together on the tour bus, that's something else, man. There's nothing. No, if you,
I'm saying, I'm sure it was a crazy time, man.
Hey, but you know what was
Man.
fire about that, I'm sure, and you can attest to this. Did you see a phone in the crowd?
back then,
Hell nah.
Hell no.
like-
Because they
I
were
like
in
now.
it. Feel me? Like they
Yeah.
were in the moment.
now
and-
all we see is the little lights, bro.
See the lights,
We
yeah.
love seeing it. Don't get me wrong. Look at the light, all of the lights. You know, that's live,
Right.
but yeah, you know, sometimes they gotta still be in the moment. But back then they were still in the moment. Not
Yeah.
that they're not now,
Yeah.
but the lights is just something different. But nah, man, the record with Frank, he just hit me up and he's like, yo, I'm gonna be working. He's like, man, come, I'm gonna be in town. He's like, let's get it in.
Yeah.
Smooth it hit me and he's like, yo, Frank's coming. I said, yeah, we already locked in. And shout out Watcho, man. The young Watcho, he's the one that produced the track. And yeah, man, we just made it. We went in there and made a few records. There's some other ones we got cooking too.
Yeah.
So. But that was a real special one, man. And Frank called me afterwards. He's like, man, I feel real good about this record.
Yeah.
And we both do, man. It's exciting. We went and shot some footage and the real deal videos on the way. So
Yeah.
we're
It sounds
excited,
good, man. It sounds
it's a good
amazing.
feel,
It definitely has that feel to it.
And
You know
Frank's
what I
got
mean?
some records too, bro. Like, he's coming with
Frank,
it, man.
Frankie's another one that he don't miss, bro.
Frank is Frank.
He don't miss at all. It's like y'all, and even with you, like y'all got this formula, and when y'all come together, it's just like y'all
yeah.
picked up where y'all left off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what like, man, it sounds like the 2000, 2004,
Yeah.
2000, oh no, somebody's like 2008 vibes again. I was like, we'll take it, man. It's all good.
See, and that was my question. Is like when you hear that, it sounds like you're not taken aback by
See?
it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We just did another record with the NB Rydaz. I don't know if you heard it. It was like a bachata feel.
Oh,
So
wow.
they
Oh,
wanted to work
wow.
on something different too. It's like you got to stretch and grow
Right.
and try
For
different
sure.
shit, right? So they reached out to me. We were on the road and they were like, man, I was like, they're like, we need to create some records. You know, we're on the road. We'd like to do some new shit. And I was like, yo, man, ain't nothing for me to holler at Ace. Like,
Yeah.
we get down here and we start cooking. So we flew into Phoenix, Arizona, and we cooked up. They're working on a new album. We cooked up, 5-6 records for their new project. And then
Nice.
the first one we came out with, I was like, man, really, my wife had gave me the idea. She was like, hey, you need to do a bachata record. And I was like, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I love the music. Don't get me
Sure.
wrong, right? But I'm like, I don't know if my fans, but who cares? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if
Just
it sounds
create.
cool, you got to create, man. Who cares? You know?
Yeah.
So we went out there and I gave them the idea and I was like, yo, what about a bachata feel mixed with like some trap rap? They were like, oh, let's see what it sounds like. We cooked it up and it came out called Trust.
All I ask for you is do one thing, just trust.
Que me quieres, que me amas, que me adoras.
I'm not even rapping. I'm just singing on there.
Yeah.
And it came out really cool, man. It's just a cool vibe.
That's dope.
Yep, really, really cool vibe. So yeah, shout out to my brothers, NB Rydaz.
Shout out NB Rydaz, man. Yo, yeah, you're really working for real, man. And I think with you being the Swiss Army knife that you are, and I think people they hit your line because of that.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, he could sing. I'm sure he got, you know, the ideas or foundation for some of these records. Let's bring him in and see what he can cook up.
Country stuff, Southern soul,
Yeah.
rock, like pop, R&B, like whatever it is, it doesn't matter. To me, it's like a challenge. You know, it's like, and to me, it's words and music. They go together. It doesn't matter what the music sounds like. Let me put the words and the melody on top of it.
Exactly.
Because whether it be rap, it started off me just doing rap. Really, I wanted to be a singer, right? You gotta remember that.
Right.
So then I was like, man, I ain't doing no singy stuff. So let's go into the rap stuff. I'm freestyle, I'm doing all this stuff. So that's what came out at the time. But really merged it all together and just able to create for everybody. So
yeah.
I take it as a challenge when somebody's like, man, have you done this type of style or this genre? And I was like, nah, let's try it. You know, let's run it. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, so it's been cool, man. We've had a good ride.
Man, and y'all, obviously it ain't stopping soon. You know what I mean?
Not stopping, man. We still got to create. Still got to grow.
Where does that passion kind of come from, man, to keep wanting to go in the studio, to keep wanting to evolve and then mirror that, right, in music?
I think it comes from, man, just wanting, one, music is a passion. And it's like when you have it inside you, sometimes it can be forced. And I could tell somebody this. I was like, man, and I did tell somebody this recently. And I was like, I don't care if we ever have another hit record because we're not chasing the hits. Let's just go make some good music and have fun doing it now.
Right.
We're in the position now where we ain't chasing that shit. And this, I'm not chasing it. And I'm not that starving artist where it's like, man, I'm looking for my next feature. I'm looking for because it becomes that when you're in the business, right? I'm looking for my next show, man. Now shows, hey, that's a blessing, bro.
Right.
That's cool. You know, we got other businesses that we got to have that are on. We're blessed to be able to have that, right?
Yeah.
But the music, it just became fun again. And let's just go have some fun with it.
Right.
That's all it is. So
yeah.
That's what keeps it going, man. It's just the passion for and the love for the music. And I'll probably be 60, 70 years old. If I'm still around, I'll probably still
create somehow.
Hey, there's some old ass dudes in Nashville, bro, still penning some of these hit records that some of these people don't even know, bro.
That's a fact.
And my thing, I know that there's some writers in Dallas and they just write and pen some songs and they have a catalog. Man, you know, they're sitting nice just because. And they're older. It doesn't matter, bro. There's no age. They used to say that music was a young man's game. And it is when you first come out. That is, right?
Sure.
But it doesn't matter if you're able to still create and you're good at what you do and you can get paid and compensated for that and people still find it relevant. Hey, man.
Yeah.
You always have a place there.
That's a fact.
Yep.
So, and when it comes to creating your material, just, you know, your work of art, it seems like you're willing to travel whatever, but I feel like, is there a comfort zone for you? Like, I'm sure you may have a home studio, or do you like leaving the crib to go to like San Antonio to create, or what's up?
Man, I do got a little home studio. It's just a little place where we can do vocals at. San Antonio, bro. And it's if me and Ace One are get together, that's probably a comfort zone. Yeah. Because he knows me. We used to live together.
Right.
So it's like it's different when it's man, we got years with each other. So
right.
It's like when you have that brotherhood and that's what it is, and you can go work with other producers, but when you used to live with somebody, bro, like it's different. When y'all didn't have no money together and you got stories and experience, that's where all that shit, man, it just mends together and it just creates something special and a bond, bro.
Yeah.
You can't break that, you know?
Exactly.
Yep. So that's where it's at, man. That's the comfort zone. So I like coming here to San Antonio, or if he's going to go, man, we can go work wherever. But as long as we're working together, that shit's magic.
Yeah. Because, of course, you know, with technology and the way things are these days, sending stuff is, you know, it's cool because of convenience. But sitting with
even though,
come on, man.
Even though now we're trying something different because now we're like, you know what? Let's cook up another project. Oh, man. We're you know, so he's like, there's something where technology has gotten to the point where I can sit in my studio and he's sitting in his studio and I'm literally recording in my microphone and it's already going into his system and he's able to take the wave already there.
Right.
And, I mean, shit. And his camera's looking at me, my camera's looking at him, we can see each other. Yeah. So I'm in Dallas, he's in San Antonio, and we're still like in a session together. Yeah. So, and that's gonna happen even if he's in New York or Columbia. So now I'm sure these other producers are already on that as well.
Exactly.
That shit's amazing, bro.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, that's where I'm all for technology. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as AI starts writing shit for you, like, you miss me with that. To increase the output in that sense where it's more convenient, I'm all for.
There's people that send me records all the time and I can put my take on it, right? But we're all in the studio together and you're creating, you got your ideas and input, he's got his ideas and input, and we just throw all that shit together and we just mix a big old gumbo and it comes out real tasty. Yeah. Big. Nothing replaces that, bro. Nothing replaces that, bro.
Facts.
Nothing.
For sure.
Nothing.
What's your take, if you have one, on like this kind of AI writing songs? No disrespect, but a nobody essentially can just be like, yo, write me this type of record. Write me a Gemini Hypnotized record.
And they've done it. I've had producers show me, hey, yo, I got. I was
Wait,
like, Gemini,
what?
I took a Gemini. It took a deep voice. He goes, I put reference Gemini love song, and it spit something out. It didn't sound like me because they didn't take my voice, right?
Sure.
But it just mimicked something like, it sounded like.
It learned. That's what it is. It's
learning,
large.
right?
It's large language models is what it's called. So it's learning from your music.
Yeah. But the prompting is crazy. You do
It
have
is.
people out here that can prompt really well, and they're creating songs. But we have. I'm not gonna say we haven't. We've sat in the studio. No, I've been in another studio where they've taken old songs and put them in to that Sonos, right?
Right.
Shits it out, and it sounds cool. I mean, it sounds good, but it was already written really well.
Yeah.
It was already a good ass record, and it just
Right.
went in there and they turned it in to like a singy song acoustic record. So it just switched it. So my thing is, like, if you're gonna use it for inspiration,
Right.
but still re-record the shit.
Exactly.
And if it's a tool for you, use it as inspiration, but don't call yourself an artist if you're just there prompting this shit and you're not really writing.
And you take that
You're
and you
letting that-
upload it to DSPs. Like,
Man, somebody told me the other day, they were like, oh, have you heard this? Oh, I forgot what it was. She's like, man, he's so good. And man, his music is this and that. So I went and looked him up. Let me go hear it. And I went and heard it. The dude's an AI artist. He's not even a real dude. And the songs were good. So it's probably somebody really writing and singing them and shitting them through the Sonos.
Right.
Shitting them and putting them through it, right? And it's
Same
shitting it
thing,
out.
same thing.
Yeah, and it sounds good, bro. It
Yeah.
sounds good. But my thing is, like, I still would rather sit in the studio and create something that comes out of me.
Exactly.
You know?
that
I
way
think
you know it's you.
I think what you describe is the soul, bro. Like a lot of this music you hear and it
Talk
sounds
to
good,
us,
but there's
bro.
no soul in that shit.
No
Yeah.
soul. And
It's
you
not
can-
real.
Man, I can almost hear it, and it's almost scary.
Right.
bro.
Yeah. It's like now you can hear, like, yo, nah, that's AI. You can tell the difference now.
I did it, and I recorded something that I wrote. It was a song that I wrote years ago when I lived in San Jose, California. And it was like a singy record. And I downloaded it real quick. I said, let me see what this shit's about. So I recorded this song and melody, and it shot something out. And then the end of that, the audio, it sounded so creepy, and it started to distort. And I was like, it's almost borderline scary, whatever that shit is, you know?
Yeah.
But it's super smart. But if you use it as a tool, hey, so be it.
Yeah.
I still want to create organically.
Exactly. And I think there's no way of going
And
around
I've seen where they use it as an idea and it sparks something, and you
Yeah.
take it, but don't use it.
Sure.
Hey, you know, but
Yeah.
to each his own at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, nah, because I feel the same way too. Like, if you use it as a tool, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But don't just prompt it, okay, that sounds great, then upload it to DSPs and then say it's you. Like, nah.
That's a
I'm
different
not-
thing, man. I just want it's all about being organic. I still prefer to do
Exactly.
it that way. It's an
1000%.
old way. I guess it's an old way, but hey, that's the way that works for me.
That to me is the best way because like Skrillz says, man, like the soul is missing from it.
Right.
You know? And it's just like if it doesn't rock with me or even just rock to the listener like that, like I can't rock with it.
No, I feel that.
Yeah. That's why I'd rather just have, like the records with you and Frankie that y'all got out right now. You can't replicate that through AI and be like, yo, this is a feel good record. Like I can't.
We were in the studio and we made it. It was a feel good record. You know what I mean?
Right. Or to your point, My Shawty, one of my favorite records of yours, bro.
My shorty.
AI
Yeah.
can't do that shit, bro.
Yeah, nah.
AI can't
that's
do
all
that
real
shit.
Words of a father.
Bro.
Yeah.
You know,
Come on.
Could it do that? I don't know, but we'll see one day. But that was based off me, what I was feeling. That was a conversation that me and my pops had. And then it turned into when I found out I was having a kid of my own, a child of my own. These are the thoughts that I was having before he came. And then it wasn't that, those songs, it took me 3 years to write that song, and my daughter's still like, hey man, you wrote a song for him.
Where's mine at, right?
That's how she is. Yeah. She's like, you did a video with him. Where's
yeah.
mine? Little she know I got one locked and
Yeah,
loaded.
nice.
Locked and loaded. She just ain't heard it yet. Locked and loaded.
That's so dope, man.
Those are the life. That's what I talk about, man.
With life
has to happen, right? And sometimes I believe, I can say a lot of people want like the quantity in songs, and they're just putting them out. And and sometimes it loses quality. And
Talk about
sometimes
it.
I would rather be like, man, maybe he don't got that many songs or that many albums out. But at the end of the day, when you do finally hear it, it's gonna be quality.
It's quality music.
Yeah, it's not just shit and rushed out. And
Yeah.
sometimes it may take a few years, but I got to go through life and I got to experience life to be able to put it back out there.
Right.
The soul got to speak, bro.
Talk,
Gotta let that soul speak.
Yeah, because if it don't rock my soul, I can't listen to it.
Facts.
Oh man,
That's
Yeah.
100%. Talk to me about Dallas, man. Well, are you a Mets fan?
no.
Oh,
No?
No, shout out to man. I don't even watch sports, bro. Let's be
Okay,
real.
okay, cool.
That's the thing. It's not that I'm not a Mavs fan. It Texas Ranger all day. I
Okay,
rep
yeah,
the city.
Right.
For sure.
Cowboys out.
Yeah.
But man, yeah.
Just sit down and watch some
bro.
sports. Okay.
Well,
Here's the thing, because I used to watch it when when they were Emmitt Smith and
Troy Aikman.
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
when they were
when they were what they say, how about them Cowboys?
How about them? Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
man, but the emotions that shit pulls, bro.
I'm done being stressed out,
Yeah,
man.
bro, now all my family, they bleed blue and silver. straight
Yeah,
up,
for sure.
But that's just not my thing, man. Shout out to the people that can focus on the sports games and they can tell you every player's stats. But I'm focused on other shit, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not focused on what they're not doing nothing for me. No, nothing against them,
Sure.
and nothing against anybody that's into sports that way. Because, man, I'd be having conversation. It's weird with program directors and. My guy Blast will be with me, and now he's a diehard sports fanatic.
Yeah.
He can tell you stats and shit them out,
Yeah.
and he just knows them, right?
Right.
So when they start asking me sports questions, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, what you think, bro?" Like, you chime in because this just ain't my cup of tea. It's just not my thing. Bro.
Well, so the reason I brought up Dallas though was more so in reference to like the music scene, right? I think you have a unique take in this because as familiar you are with San Antonio, not being disrespectful to anybody here, but like we don't have the Geminis. Just that we don't have, and shout out to Khalid because I think he's probably
Shout
like
out Khalid.
You feel
Shout out
me?
Khalid for sure.
And of
Faye
course,
Dog, bro.
and
Come on, my bro,
Faye
Faye
Dog,
Dog.
and of course, shout out our brother Question,
For sure.
right? Because they did it on a big level, right?
But I think San Antonio got some artists, bro. Like,
No, for sure.
For
but
sure.
You feel me though? Like at the level of now we're getting, with the Rich Greedies
The
and
full
them,
mobs.
and faux mobs, right? That are hitting that like national stage to some
Yeah.
extent. To the level of a Dallas or Houston, we don't, right? So you being familiar with San Antonio and being from Dallas, what would you say is the reason for that, if there is any?
Man, I always thought San Antonio had a mixture of Houston mixed in with it. Not that Dallas didn't either, right? But it was all blended in. But I think San Antonio's got their time and they're coming because I think
so too.
There's some artists, bro, that are really starting to shine from over here that I see. And I mean, shout out my brother AJ Hearns. I know he be rapping and singing, but I love AJ, bro. Like I just think that there's still so much talent out here, and it's about to pop.
Now, and shout out to AJ too, because Mazi's World alumni as well.
Yeah, facts.
But he's another one that I think he has stuff going outside of music too, right?
Yeah.
But as a 24/7 artist, I guess we don't have, at least that I know of, outside of a faux mob. But you're right, I do feel like there's a shift coming, and the talent is here. I just don't know why we don't ever get the spotlight, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the timing, bro. But I think that there are some artists that are starting to get their shine out of here.
Yeah.
But you know what it is too? Sometimes in Dallas, the artists feel the same way. They're like, man, it's harder to blow up out of your own city than it would be to go somewhere else. Dallas was one of community radio is different, right? Shout out
Sure.
to the community radio that did support and always supported, and they knew day one, like, this was our dude.
This is
and
our guy. We
play
gotta
his music.
champion him.
But
You're right.
Real deal radio, I remember when we were working songs at radio, everybody they would tell me, hey, we got LA, number one. We got Miami, number one. We got Albany, New York. And I'm like, what about Dallas?
Yeah.
What about Dallas? It's like, nah, Dallas ain't going on it. Dallas ain't going on it. And I'm like, fuck. But it's because it's your hometown.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm getting in California, but hometown, they don't, like, people know who I am back home.
Sure.
But if they're not hearing me on the radio, they're just taking word of mouth. Yeah, he's doing something in California.
But do you think
Right.
that's the radio kind of, oh, he's from here, so we're not going to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think sometimes it's because you're from here, they could be like, nah, let's keep hometown boy down a little bit.
That's
Let's keep
wild
somebody
though.
out of town.
But especially if the music's good, that's wild to me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's
It's not like you out here yelling
bro.
Dallas and this and that.
Yeah.
It's not that. You know what I'm saying? Just like we always say, Mazi, like we try to, when we start hearing San Antonio, this and that in the music, it takes away.
It takes away.
Well, here's another thing. I always believe that you had to get out of your own city to blow up in your city too. Because there's some people, and I never believed in it. I never wanted to do so, and I still to this day I don't do that many shows back home in Dallas. I may do one a year, if that, But there's some artists that will just do a show every weekend in their hometown. Every other weekend, once a month, they're there. Now I believe in like people need to see you for you to grow.
Sure.
But in your hometown, like let's get out of there and bring it back home.
Right.
You know? Let it don't somebody can see you every weekend at the bar, whatever you're at, or whatever club that you at. I mean, they're not gonna pay for you a month, 2 months from now. I don't know. That's just my take.
Yeah, no,
you gotta get out the city sometimes.
I agree with you in a sense because then you get treated as such. Like especially if you're doing a local scene or local venue every weekend or every month, you know what I mean?
You're the local act there, which is cool.
But
you
right,
know, you
sure.
get paid for it, but you know.
But that's how you get treated, you know what I mean? Versus if you leave the city, get your name out there, you know, like you said, at LA, Miami, Albany, New York, and this, and you know, then you get now they're looking at you a certain way. Because then if you ask me, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, oh well, then he's too big for our city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh well, he's you know, oh he don't rep the city, da 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 da. But then you come back home and you rep it, and it's just kind of like, well, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of whack in a sense. But Skrillz is like, yeah, I think what you said is right, bro. It's crazy that to come up in your hometown, and obviously you're like, well, yeah, we want to know how we feel, how we are treated in our city, how we're viewed in our city. You know what I'm saying?
But then there is some that are like praised in their city, and that helps them catapult out of their city even further. So it just depends.
It depends,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It just depends.
And I know this is a way different contrast, but like you look at Kendrick, right? Like he's championed in LA as the fucking savior,
Messiah,
right?
right.
So like I know LA is LA, right? But it's just still to not see the fact that like a local artist could pop, you know. And again, this is not disrespect to everybody out here that's popping, but like a lot of music out here does sound the same as far as like top 40. Or don't like saying this because it feels like I'm knocking the radio, and we have people, you know, Robbie Rob and them that are at the radio, but it's just like I wish the radio would get behind some of these cats. 98.5 would throw a show and it would bring artists, and one of our friends, Ty One, did it, and he was an artist from the city.
I remember Ty.
Yeah, you remember Ty?
Shout out Ty.
Shout out Ty.
Shout out Ty One. Mazi World alumni as well.
Bro, and him and Question, and those were like artists that were from here where you saw them and you were like proud to be like, yo, they from here.
They're from here.
They inspired me when I was making music. You know what I'm saying?
Like hearing Ty on the radio on the way to school was it was nuts at one point.
And the fact that his most popular record was a spinoff of I'm from New York, and it was I'm from Essay, talking Essay shit. Not to go too long on this, but it's just seeing an artist like yourself in Dallas, and I think now I feel like that. I mean, do you feel Dallas champions you now, or do you still feel like they're still a little bit behind the?
There's some that are there that are loved, but there's artists that are already get more shine and light because of what they're doing. So sometimes you become that artist that may be like, oh yeah, that was one from back in the day.
Yeah,
Artist,
like you're the OG to them.
Yeah, for sure, and that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it because that's what it is, right? Everybody has their time and everybody has their season. Yeah. So that's what it is. It's seasons, bro. Everybody has their time. Everybody can get their season.
Right.
It's just you just got to work at it. So for me, yeah, I mean, there may come another season, but like I said, we're just gonna keep creating. We'll see what comes out of it.
Hell yeah.
Because I think it's cool, and to kind of continue on what you were saying, Skrillz, like even Dallas now, like Dallas, I think. Like has there been a moment where like Dallas was like the flame is like completely on, then it dims and then it's completely on. Like right now, I think it's another, like you said, another season for Dallas as well. Like the OC Chris's, the new Dallas,
for sure.
OC Chris's, the Zillionaire Does, and all them. You know what I mean? Like it's going crazy over there right now.
Yeah,
and Dallas is booming. And Houston, you know, like I say, same thing, has its moments. Sometimes they have the flame on, sometimes it's dim, and sometimes they're back on. And I just think San Antonio, we kind of get. I don't want to say. I used to say identity crisis, right? But I think that's the wrong term. What I meant to say was a lot of times we are influenced by a lot of those bigger cities like the Houston and the Dallases that are popping right now, to where the sound that we make influence, or we're kind of influenced by them, to where we get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And so and like you said, like the faux mobs, and you know, we got a lot of talent bubbling here, and I think we are slowly but surely finding our sound, building that formula, and I think when it's time for our flame to come up, I think the light's going to be on us. We're going to be out of here too. I
just
think.
Take that one artist with that distinct sound and the right records, bro.
For sure.
That sounds unique. That it doesn't sound
like
something else or whatever it may be. And maybe they're listening right now. They're probably creating that shit right now as we speak, or maybe they get inspired to do that.
Right.
Like like I said, it's timings and seasons, bro.
Yeah.
The season might be coming, so.
For sure. And it's so crazy to know that you, Gemini, are definitely a staple, a foundation in hip hop. If you ask me in general, that the fact a lot of your hits came off a Parent Vital, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's around the corner from my crib, bro.
Hey, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I talk about champion, bro. I'm champion here, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
He's fucking San Antonio by, you know what I'm saying? By way of.
You know what I mean? So yeah, we definitely claim you as one of our own. You know what I mean?
Man, I love it. All of Texas, San Antonio has a special place in my heart, bro. For sure.
Yeah. For sure.
That's love, man.
Yep.
So let's talk about March 14th, man. The Lowrider Super Show.
Yeah, we're excited. We're here. It's Friday the 13th right now.
Right.
That's good, right? But yeah, man. Tomorrow we're gonna be rocking the Lowrider Super Show. So we're excited about that.
Yeah. So I know I told you in the promo clip that we did, this would be my first Lowrider show. So I'm excited, to be out there. But then to see you perform live, see some of you perform your records, and I'm probably gonna. I know, Skrillz, you're gonna be working, but at a moment, I want to be a fan for a little bit.
I might stop working for a bit.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you gonna be out there working?
Yeah, we're just shooting.
Yeah.
We shoot content and stuff, but. Yeah, I might have to put the camera down for a bit, bro.
You know what I mean? When Gemini hit the stage, I'm like, yo, put the mics on. I'm like, you know what I mean? And be a fan for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Too. That shit's live. That's good though, man.
Yeah. So
San Antonio's always shown love, man, and it's just cool when we're able to bring it back home here.
Yeah, because I can't wait to see you do your thing, man, and hit the stage and see the crowd rock with you. Like I'm excited just to see how the crowd reacts and see you do your thing on stage.
I'm sure it's gonna be a good crowd, man. I'm sure y'all gonna have some good footage. Y'all can probably cut in and out.
Come on, man. Yeah, you know how we do, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. 100%.
Yeah, y'all put that shit together live.
For sure. Skrillz, you got any more questions, dog? Or?
Man, I got a ton, bro, but I want to hold my man's up. You know what I'm saying? It's more fan shit. I'm a professional right now.
Yeah, that's what we try to keep it professional. We try not to fanboy too much. You know what I mean?
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But man, Gem, man, I really appreciate you taking the time, bro.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I appreciate y'all. I know, like I said, we've been trying to coordinate this for a minute.
Yeah.
It's been love, man.
And hopefully, hopefully this is one of many, man. We can link up at some point because last time we went to Dallas, we were out there for a festival, and I've been to Dallas for a handful of times, but it was always like work shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But to be out there and catch the vibe of Dallas, bro, it's a beautiful city, man, and I want to go back. Hopefully we can link up with you there, man.
Man, absolutely. Anytime, bro.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Set up an interview at one of your studio sessions or something. Get some behind the scenes of, you creating the project.
Even when we're in the studio with me and Alex,
come on,
man. We can get in there and shoot something too, bro.
Yeah, for sure. We set up a whole behind the scenes doc, cooking up the album.
Hey, you hear that? Smooth? We coming, bro. We got here smooth.
Set us up, dog.
Tell us where the best chicken strips are, bro.
Facts. I am a chicken strip guy, and I need the best spots, bro.
There you go.
But what was that one burger joint you went to, man?
I forgot, bro. Some goat
burger or something.
Goat.
I don't know.
Rodeo goat.
Rodeo goat.
Fire.
Bro, me and my man's here, we spent, I don't know, bro, we broke a sweat trying to play this dumbass game with the rings and the wall.
On the string, and you got to throw it on the wall. Yeah, dog, we was hours just sitting there. Just playing that.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Like, we ate the food, but then as soon as we got done eating, we just went right back over there and was sitting there. But yeah, Rodeo Goat is fire.
Rodeo Goat. Don't play.
Fire. Fire spot, man. But yeah, Jim, appreciate you pulling up and chopping it up with us, man.
Bro. Yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. See us out there. Yeah, we'll definitely chop it up again a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been real, man. We'll do it again.
For sure. If they want to get a hold of you, where can they follow you at?
Big Gemini, Big Gemini Music on Facebook, at Big Gemini Insta. That's where it's at.
Yes, sir. Skrillz, where can they find you at, dog?
Bro, come on, singing the shit out of this. Come on, hey. Listen,
let's sing it together, bro. Which one you want to do?
The one I wanted to do was the snippet from Mi Familia, right?
No, that's Only Ones.
Only Ones. Okay, that's what I'm thinking about. Only Ones is the bro. Dog.
That song right there, I'm just telling you, the Only Ones is probably one of my. That's the one you talking about.
Yes, the one that had the snippet of.
That was me singing on there too. If you ain't heard Only Ones, that's me singing on it. And we did that after a power hour. The term power hour came here in San Antonio.
Yeah,
we had 1 hour. It was 1 o'clock. I'd be like, hey, power hour. Let's go to the bar real quick. Power up.
Yeah.
Come back to the studio. I recorded Only Ones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Drunk as hell.
Yeah.
Hey, but usually I can't record like that, but that one just came out special and it came out, but it was a song that I wrote for my family, right?
Yeah.
The Only Ones. And man, my pops, man, he told me that's one of my favorite songs that you've ever recorded, right? And he's like, when I pass, I would love if you would play that with a mariachi at my funeral. He said that. And I was like, man, I don't know how we can do that. Like, I was like, man, I know that that's his favorite song, but I would be like, man, I'd have to get with, I don't know. But he's still alive, so it's like, why wait till somebody passes to give him that? Even though that song is a little dated, right, from the History in the Making album, but I'm like, let's do it. Let's create it.
Yeah, you can always create it and modernize it. Why not?
Why not, right?
Why not?
Because that to this day, bro, that record, I put that on, and this was when the album came out, right?
Yeah.
This was back in 08, 09.
Yep.
So I remember when it came out, and I put it on. It was me and my brothers, and we were power houring. You know what I'm saying? Or it's more like fucking power hours because we had just got out of work, threw that bitch on, and we just kind of vibing to the album. When that shit came on, we're like super not in touch with our emotions.
Machismo, yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah.
So we're hearing it, and I'm off to the side like.
Hey, but real talk, being honest, those songs like that, the Words of a Father, I wasn't gonna put them out. They were just for me.
Word.
The Only Ones wasn't. I had it, and I was sitting with that for probably maybe 2 years, and I wasn't gonna come out until I showed my people in Dallas, and they were like, "Bro, people got to hear this shit."
Yeah.
Same with Words of a Father. Words of a Father, I just create, and Ace One did that too, man.
Yeah.
So it's like those songs were just for me, and I wasn't gonna put them out. That was just for my son. There was another song on the album called Monster on the History in the Making. That was for somebody.
Bro,
I wrote that for somebody. It wasn't supposed to come out.
Yeah.
But when they told me, man, please put that out. Somebody needs to hear that, bro. Somebody needs to hear that shit.
Dang.
And those are they got souls, bro.
Again, bro, like that just, I feel like, and Mazi, you've heard me say this before, right? History in the Making is an album that to this day,
You champion that album for
100%, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because the records are that good, bro.
Yeah.
Let me see. Did you hear the 2 hidden tracks on the album? Did you know that there was 2 hidden tracks on that album?
Well, so I didn't know till like one day, again, power houring.
Power hour.
Yeah. And you got to let it play because
Play to hear them. Yeah,
man.
There was 2 extra songs that didn't make the album. Actually, there's a few other unreleased. Man, I'm thinking about just dropping something called Gems because
why not?
Hidden Gems, because there's songs that were on the Product of Pain album that never saw the light of day.
Yeah.
They're on my hard drive. There's songs that we recorded for History in the Making that I think are solid records that should have made it, but then they were like, nah, we're on a time limit,
right,
and we can't put more than this amount of records. The label that we did a distribution deal with, and we're like, man, fuck it, we're gonna put some ghost tracks. I always loved that as a kid, bro. Hey, when I was young,
I love ghost tracks, man.
When I heard the hidden ghost tracks, shit, that shit was live. It was like something special at the end. So that's why we put 2 hidden tracks at the end. Album.
That's fire, bro.
And that's what's missing today in music, man.
That and stories.
Yes.
I'm telling you, man, sometimes it's the souls in those records.
Come on.
And it's the quantity that keeps getting shit out so quick. I've done records, man, with people and shot videos where, man, these artists, they don't even know their fucking verses. And I know every artist that I'm recording with verse because as soon as I'm done writing the song, I already have the song internalized and memorized.
Right.
Because we're there creating it.
For sure.
But they shit them out so fast, and there's nothing wrong with it, There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're doing your videos, they don't even fucking know what they're saying.
Which is crazy.
Because it's the quantity.
Yeah, man.
I'll take quality sometimes. So.
Come on. For sure. It's always quality on this side, man.
Yep.
And not to hold you up in a bit, if
you good, bro.
If you can't come up with it, that's totally fine. But is there any artists, to what we're saying, that you may have come across or are familiar with that have that, or you think are capable of having that level of quality that you've maybe come across recently or no?
Man, there's a young kid that I just heard, and he doesn't even know he has that quality. And I keep saying he has it, and he doesn't even believe it yet, And that's something that I would love to take an artist underneath my wing and show them because they're still young,
Right.
And show him the quality that I see that he don't even know he has in him yet. And that's the special shit. So yeah, I have heard it, but I just ain't gonna put his name out there yet. It ain't out there. It ain't out there.
That's dope, man. Yep. That's dope to know that you.
I can see it and I can hear it, but I've worked with a lot of artists and they're talented as hell, man.
Yeah.
It's just something special about when you see that quality. And I guess they call it, that's the it factor. Not
Right.
everybody has it. Not everybody has it, but it's there. When you see it, you know.
For sure.
Oh yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Gemini, man.
Big Gemini.
Yes, sir.
Man, Mazi.
Yes, sir.
Skrillz, I appreciate
sir.
you.
Come on, man.
It's been a pleasure,
Appreciate you.
baby. Yes, sir.
This is fun, man.
Yeah.
Y'all catch us March 14th at the Lowrider Super Show. And if y'all ain't got tickets, get your tickets now. Well, by the time this airs, we'll probably be over.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But catch
hey,
the
We're gonna
footage.
shoot some footage.
Yeah,
man.
shoot some footage, and y'all see y'all
Yeah.
missed out because by the time it comes back around next year, y'all be sure to pull up. You know what I mean?
Hey, and if you see Skrillz like that Drake meme, you know what I'm talking about? He's all
Yeah.
sweaty and shit.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, mind your business, bro. I'm out here on my shawty shit.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Ooh, that's my show.
Hey, cause now my shawty about to have my shawty.
That's the deal.
Yeah, that's real shit, man.
This was dope, man. Big Gemini, I appreciate you pulling
Thank
up.
you, my brother.
Yeah, Skrillz.
Appreciate
sir.
y'all.
This was fun, man. Your boy Mazi. Be sure to holler at us in the comment section. Let us know what y'all thought of this episode. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and all that. And we'll holler at y'all next episode.
Peace.
Boy Mazi, peace.
Maserati.
So focused, I just need some meaning to my name. Plus, I'm cheating with these codes. If you thinking it's a game, that's real talk. Man.